Hi, welcome to online tutorial series on Arduino and IoT. This is lesson 7 and in this lesson we will be talking about how to connect or how to interface our DC motor to the Arduino UNO hardware. Okay. Further, we also provide online training and online coaching classes related to embedded system and Matlab, control system, LabVIEW, Python, data science, etc. And we also do online projects or freelance based project based on latest technologies like Matlab, Python, data science, machine learning and embedded system. So if you have any such requirement, then you can contact us at uh, our website, which is www.jcbrolabs.org, or you can also mail us at jcbrolabs@gmail.com. Okay, so we will first go through the theory part of it, and then we will be dealing with the interfacing part, or and then we will be writing a program on Arduino software. Okay, so let's start. Now, it should be clear when we want to interface any device. First of all, or the first task is to understand that particular device, how that device works, or what are the electrical specifications of that device. All those things needs to be known. So when we talk about a DC motor, so one thing about DC motor is it is a electromechanical device, right? So electromechanical means we provide electrical signal and we get output in mechanical form, and it is a very common interfacing in embedded system because it used at various places. Okay, so we will come to it later. Prior to it, if we talk about a DC motor, so we can represent a DC motor like this, configure like this symbol. So it has two uh, leads which we can represent as plus and minus. So just by looking at the DC motor, you don't know which one is plus and which one is minus, so you can connect the power supply of plus minus at any point. Let's say if we do a power supply plus 5 volt here and 0 here, so we can assume, let's say, it will rotate in this direction, and if we change the polarity of this supply, it will rotate in the opposite direction. So this should be known why we are saying it is rotating one direction, opposite direction, because just by looking at this DC motor, we will not know like whether it will rotate in forward direction or a backward direction. So that can only be tested by connecting the power supply. So that is a simple case when if we connect plus 5 here and 0 here, it will rotate in one direction, and if we change the polarity, it will rotate in plus opposite direction. So in digital terms, plus 5 is regarded as 1 and 0 is regarded as 0. Now this is the working of DC motor, very simple. Now we will be dealing with electromechanical. So there are some things with the device, like suppose we are connecting a DC motor plus 12 volt DC motor, or some high performance DC motor. They may require high amount of current, right? They require high current in order to run itself. But there is a problem with the microcontrollers, like they have a limitation on the maximum amount of current which can be flown through the pins of the microcontroller. Okay, so this should be noted. We cannot interface DC motor directly to pins of microcontroller, or in our case to the Arduino UNO, right? So here comes the role of another circuit which is known as the driver circuit. So we need some driver circuit which acts as a driver, or which provides the sufficient amount of current to the interfacing device. Okay, so it is like this. Suppose this is a microcontroller, or we can say Arduino UNO. In between we have our driver circuit, and then here we have our motor. So this motor is connected to the driver circuit, and the pins are connected to driver circuit to give as a command, and then some separate supplies, let's say 12-volt supply is connected here. So if we provide like 1 or 0, so 12-volt supply will appear here and 0 will appear here. So current will flow from this supply to the ground. So no amount of current will flow from microcontroller to the motor. So this is how we can save, or we can save our microcontroller from burning or from getting damaged due to the high current requirement of this DC motor. So we need this driver side extra in this case in order to interface this DC motor to the micro or Arduino UNO. Now in case of DC motor, we have this L293D driver IC, which is generally used for interfacing this DC motor to the any microcontroller or Arduino UNO. So this L293D is based on a dual H bridge technology. So we'll not go into the detail of this dual H bridge, how this dual H bridge works. We'll simply talk about how to interface this L293D. So in order to do that, let's have a look on this L293D IC. So L293D. Okay, so there are several boards available there, but we can use any of it. Let's say this one. Yes, so let's copy this image and put it here. Okay, it's not so we can understand from here. So this L293D is a 16-pin IC, right? So pin number 1 and pin number 9 are the enable pin. So it has actually two ports, one port this side and one port this side. So pin number 1 is used to enable this particular port, and pin number 2 is used to enable this particular port. So we need to connect this pin number 1 to 5 volt and pin number 9 to 5 volt. Pin number 16 is to enable the IC, or is to provide 5 volt to this particular pin number 16, and this pin number 8 is connected to the 12 volt power supply. Okay, so 12 volt is connected here. Now this pin number 2 and pin number 7 are connected to the Arduino, from where we send the command. And suppose we have sent 1 here, 1 will appear here. If we send 0 here, 0 will appear up here. So this 3 and 6 are connected to the motors. Same opposite to this direction. Pin number 15 and 10 are connected to the Arduino or any microcontroller. 14 and 11 are connected to the second motor. And these 4 pins, pin number 4, 5, 13 and 12, are connected to the ground. So let's create a structure here. Okay, so this is how we connect this L293D. So we will be now connecting a circuit diagram for our demonstration. So in our case, we have our Arduino UNO. Okay, and we have this L293D. So as we talked about, pin number 1, it will be connected to plus 5 volt, and pin number 16 will be connected to plus 5, and then this is pin number 8, it is connected to plus 12 volt. Now pin number 3 and 4, these are connected to ground. Similarly, there were 2 pins here, I think 13 and 12, these are also connected to ground. So, and then there are 2 pins. So this is pin number 8 and this is pin number 9. It is connected to pin number 2, and then it is connected to the pin number 7. Okay, Okay, I think these are not the 3 4, these are 4 and 5. Now we have our DC motor. So DC motor is connected like this. So pin number 3 and pin number 6. Now what happens if we send 1 here? So 1 will appear at pin number 3, that means 12 volt will appear here. And if we send 0 here, so 0 will appear. So current will start flowing in this direction, and we can assume, let's say, motor will rotate in one direction. It is like we have connected this pin to 12 volt and this pin to ground. Similarly, if we change the this 1 and 0, if we make this 1 and this 0, similarly 12 volt will appear here and 0 will appear. Now current will flow in this direction, and we can assume, let's say, motor will appear in the rotate in the opposite direction. So this is how we connect our DC motor to the Arduino UNO. So now let's have a look at the hardware circuit which we have built. Okay, so this is our setup. So this is our DC motor. We have put red sticky nodes in order to visualize the direction of rotation of this DC motor, and it is connected to this motor driver IC. This is L07, so this is a complete circuit, and we are providing a 12 volt power from this adapter to this, and 5 volt power is being provided from this Arduino UNO. Now we have also connected two LEDs, red LED and blue LED, and the same are going to the point of the to the input pins of this L29 IC. These pins are connected to pin number 8 and pin number 9 of the Arduino. So we'll be sending this 1 and 0 to pin number 8 and 9, and corresponding to this DC motor will be rotating either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so you have seen the hardware circuit and its connection, how it is connected to at various pins. In addition to these pins, we have also indicated two LEDs here. Okay, so at pin number 8, a red LED has been connected. So we can see visualizing this red LED, and pin number 9, a blue LED has been connected. Okay, so in our hardware circuit, these two LEDs are also there, red and blue. So these are connected to pin number 8 and pin number 9. Okay, now let's move to the Arduino and let's write a code for it. Okay, so let's change it. Now let's first define the different pins which are connected to the DC motor. Okay, so we will be using the variable as IN1 and IN2. So IN1 as pin number 8, so that is the connection, or we can use M1 connection. And then IN2, it indicates the second pin which is connected to motor, and let's save the file as lesson 7 DC. Okay, now we will define the pin mode of these two pins, and it has to be set as the output pins. And we will be using serial port in order to visualize how the data is moving in and out. So let's initialize the serial port as well. Okay, now I will come back to in this while loop, so it will keep on coming. So what we'll be doing, we will be rotating the DC motor for 1 second in one direction and for 1 second in opposite direction. So that is the simple program which we are going to do. So let's write it. So first we need to send 1 at pin number 8 and 0 to pin number 9. Okay, so the digital write m1 comma high. So this pin number 8 will become high, and similarly we have to make this pin number 9 as low. So, and we will write to the serial port. We can write red LED is on. Because right now we don't know in which direction it will rotate, and after that if we want to change the direction we need to provide the delay of 1 second, and then we'll change the direction of this DC motor by changing the 1 and 0 position. Now M1 will be turned to low and M2 will be turned high. And so this is how the simple program for controlling the DC motor. It will simply rotate this DC motor in one direction for 1 second and in opposite direction for another second. Okay, so now let's have a now let's connect this Arduino to the computer. Now you will be visualizing this motor, so let's connect it. So it is very open, so I have to hold it. Okay, so now let's download the program in this Arduino UNO and let's see what happens. Okay, we have to on. Okay, so it is rotating. For red light it is rotating anti-clockwise, and for blue light it is rotating clockwise, right? So once you know it you can check it. Okay, let's see on the same thing on serial monitor. So this is a very simple program through which we can control the rotating direction of this DC motor. Okay, so we can also control the rotation of this DC motor through the serial port, like if we send 1, if we press 1, this red LED should on, that means it should rotate in anti-clockwise direction, and if we send 2, then it should rotate in clockwise direction. Okay, so let's try to do that. Okay, for that we have to stop this Arduino, otherwise it will keep on running. So now what we want to do, we will be reading the data from serial port, and if one is being sent, it will rotate in anti-clockwise direction, that means a red LED is on, and if 2 is sent, it should rotate in the clockwise direction. Okay, so if you are not familiar with the serial receiving, then you should go to the lesson 5 or lesson 6 of the video, in which we have talked about it. So first of all, we will be checking whether data is available to read or not. Serial dot available. Let's see, if serial is the data is not available, then this serial dot available function will return 0 and it will be stuck in the while loop only. And as soon as it will something is available to read, it will come out of the while loop and we will read the data in another variable, let's say a, or let's say I. We'll read that data into I. Okay, so there is a command. This is serial.parseInt, uh, which is this serial.parseInt is used to read the integer data which is being sent from the serial port. Now we'll use if else statements. Simple, it is very simple. If I is equals to 1, then the following code will run, and if I is equals to 2, the following code will run. Right, so this is very simple. Now we can make it change log if something else has been sent, so it should stop. Okay, if 2 is sent and if any other thing is sent, then we should stop the DC motor. So in order to stop the DC motor, it is very easy. We should make either both the pins either high or low, then both the pins of the DC motor will be at the same potential and it will not move. So we will write low at both the pins in this case. And at the same time, we will send a message to the serial port. It seems fine. Let's see while if else if else this extra is there. Okay, let's compile it first. Okay, now let's connect the Arduino. Okay, so still it is running the previous program. Now we'll download this program into Arduino UNO. Okay, we changed the port, so we need to close and open this Arduino program. So let's check whether board is connected to or not. Okay, port is not available. Okay. Yeah, now it is available, connected. Let's download. Yeah, it has been uploaded. Okay, now the motor is stopped. Okay, so we'll open a serial port. When it reset, it demo unset, so you should be got it here. Now if we press send 1 and press enter, it has started rotated in one direction. Okay, now if I press 2, it will change the direction. Yeah. Okay, I hope it is visualized on the camera as well. Now again 1, it has changed the rotation direction. Press 2, it has changed. Now if I try something else, let's say press I am sending 9, so it has stopped. So we should either press 2 or 1. Let's press 1. Yeah, so it's working fine. So I hope you understood how to uh, interface this DC motor to the Arduino, and how to write a program, different program based on our requirement for changing this direction of the DC motor. And so if you have any so that's it for this video. So if you have any doubt or any suggestion, then you can let us know by commenting below this video. And further, we also provide online training, and we also provide online we also do freelance based project based on this embedded system, Matlab, data science, Python, machine learning, etc. So if you have any such requirement, then you can contact us at www.jcbrolabs.org, or you can also mail us at jcbrolabs@gmail.com. So that's it for this video. Thank you.